Hi guys, I'm Anita and I'm back with another video. Today I want to share with you my November TBR. November is going to be a lot of fun for me, I think. I have definitely planned out a bunch of books that I'm looking forward to reading. First up, let's start out with the physical books that I'm planning on reading for the month. I have 7 books on that, which is a bit ambitious, but I think I can do it because a lot of the books are definitely pretty easy to read. So let's start out with the Harlequin project. I started on that last month and I really enjoyed it. It was so much fun getting into this. Last month's category was a desire, which is was beforehand probably going to be one of my least favorites, but I have actually found that I have come to enjoy at least some of them. I can enjoy a desire, so that's nice. Now we're going into the November month, which is the Heartwarming line, and I'm really looking forward to this one because I have an idea that this is going to be one of my absolute favorites. So I hope that I've picked some good choices here and I can end up enjoying them a lot. The thing that is distinguished with the Heartwarming line is that they are, I don't want to say clean romances, but they are romances without any sexual content at all. They are behind closed doors, or sometimes they only just have a kiss or something like that, and I feel like sometimes that is a good thing. Like sometimes I enjoy those types of romances for sure, and what I also like about them is that they're often set in smaller towns, which is something I really enjoy, and they're very family oriented, which is something I also really enjoy. So let's get into the books that I'm reading for the Harlequin project this month. The first up we have Kissed by the Country Dog by Melinda Curtis. This is the first book in the Mountain Monroes series, and yeah, looking forward to this one. Then we have The Better Man by Amy Westin. This is the first book in the Chicago Sister series. And finally we have The Bad Boy of Butterfly Harbor by Anna J. Stewart, sorry. This is the first book in the Butterfly Harbor series. So definitely have some good starts to some series, and if I enjoy them I will probably check out the remaining of the series, of those books in that series, or at least if I enjoy them I will actually check out the authors or the books at some point that they've written for the Harlequin lines. That's also what I did with the Desire. If I decided that is one I want to continue with, I just found out what other books they've written in the line or in some other lines as well, and went with that. So that was the Harlequin part of this. Then I have a body read this month as well. I am continuing my body read. I'm sorry if my face is a little darker. The sun is coming in at a wonky angle. I've tried to remedy it a little bit, and hopefully it's okay. But my body read with Shannon, which we've been reading the Dark Hunter series by Shannon Kenyon, and I've gotten to Dance with the Devil by Shannon Kenyon. This is the third in the Dark Hunter series, but it's the 4th one in the world that we're reading. And looking forward to this. It's a lot shorter than the recent one, and it follows one of the characters who we were introduced to in the previous one, who I would have liked to see a little bit more of. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like. The other books that I want to read are basically more or less middle grades or younger reading books, type books. First up we have Christmas Stories and the Naughty List by Tom Fletcher. I recently got this and it's a brand new release, and I always read his books when they come out, at least in these for this age group. I haven't read his picture books yet, but I might do that at some point, but right now it's fine. They have always these brilliant covers underneath, which I always enjoy seeing, and then they have also really pretty end pages, and obviously they are illustrated throughout the book. Let's see if I can find a page with an illustration on. So we have a page that looks like this. Obviously the font is super big, so you read this pretty fast. But this have the Christmas story behind the tree, and a grandma kind of person over here, and I don't know who this is, so we'll find out when I read it, I guess. So looking forward to this. These are always so magical and fun, and very perfect for the season we're going into. Then I have, as I said, more books that are just easy to read. I decided to put on Castle in the Air for the next month as well by Diana Wynne Jones. I didn't get to it this month I just finished my read that I added in a different read, a library read instead. So that's why I didn't get to it, but I want to read this next month and have this on my to read for November. And then finally I also put on Ella Enchanted by Gail Castlevine, because this will be representing my TBR unwrapping book for the month. And yeah, looking forward to reading this one. So those are all of the physical books that I have to read, and it's not too bad. I only have to read like 68 pages per day in order to finish all of them, so that should be doable, also considering some of them goes really fast. So if I have a bad day, I could just pick up the Christmas stories where I don't feel like I've read very much. I can pick up the Christmas stories and read for like half an hour and we'll probably get quite a few pages in, so that's great. Then we're going to the audios, and I also have 7 audios on my to be read, and then we'll see if I add in some extras if I finish all of these, maybe. I obviously have the next book in the Terra Pratchett or Discworld series, which is Raising Steam by Terra Pratchett. This is the last and final book in the Industrial Revolution series, and looking forward to reading this one. This one is also following Moist from Lipwick as they've been doing for the last 3 books in this series. I'm currently working on Snuff, so I won't start it until at least I've finished that one. And that's also why I haven't put more audios on. I have 2 audios that I'm currently working on, so I will finish them probably in the beginning of next week. I've really been in the mood for cozies recently, so I have 2 cozy mysteries here. And first up I have For Whom the Bread Rolls by Sarah Fox. This is the second book in the Waffle House mystery series, which I started in September, I believe, and I really enjoyed that book, so I wanted to continue with the series. Also, it's narrated by Margaret Gavin, whose narration I pretty much enjoy. Then we have The Vampire Knitting Club by Nancy Warren. I've wanted to pick up something by Nancy Warren for so long. I've read one of her cozy mysteries before, really enjoyed it, but I never got on with it because I didn't have the ebooks for the next books and stuff. But I saw this series on Storytel, and I've seen Rachel from Kalanati talking about this series and really enjoying it, so I decided to go with this one. Also, it's also sort of fitting for the season kind of thing. I don't know. Then I have 2 romances on here because I really wanted to read some romances as well. I've forgotten to write 2 books down, so I have 9 books on my audios for the month. I don't know what I've been thinking. Anyway, I have 2 Wedding Crashers by Megan Quinn. This is a continuation of the series that I started a couple of months ago. I read 3 Blind Danes by her and really enjoyed it, and so I want to read more by her, and I decided to go with this one because it's a sequel to that. And we'll see if it follows any of the characters that I've been introduced to in the first book. Then we have Hooked on You by Kathleen Fuller, which I just saw the cover and thought it looked kind of neat, kind of cute, and so I decided to go with it. Then we have 2 fantasy books here that I want to read. The first fantasy book that I have here is Feast of the Mother by Miranda Hanford and Nicolette Andrews. This is a trilogy kind of thing, and I think it follows witches and stuff, and I just saw the cover and thought it looked... Actually, I saw the cover of the bind-up and thought it looked really cool, and so I decided to go with the first book in the series. And then, lastly of my fantasy reads, I want to read Ruin of Kings by Jane Lyons. I've wanted to read that for the longest time, but I keep postponing it, and now I just wanted to add it into my reading and listen to it. It's a quite long audio. It's 27 hours in total, so it'll be like close to 14 hours for me to read it in over the month, so it'll definitely take some time. It'll probably be the last one I pick up, so we'll see if I end up finishing it. Then I'll just finish it at the beginning of December. It's fine. The last 2 ones that I forgot to add in was the genre TBR books that I've just filmed the TBR for that, so I'll leave a link to that up above so you can check it out if you haven't seen the video already, but to see what books I have on that. But I found 2 books that I am able to read immediately, so I decided to go with them. The first one is Autumn by Ellie Smith, and I will see what that fuss about is with that book, because I've definitely heard of her before. I don't know if she is more of a literary fiction author or what it is, but it was tagged contemporary, so I don't know. So I don't know if it fits in with the genre fiction, but we'll see. Then I also decided to go with Before the Fall by Noah Hawley, which I found out is probably a thriller, but yeah, those are 2 audios that I'm going to be listening to in the month of November as well, and we'll see how it goes. So those are all of the books that I have in my November plans or TBR. Let me know in the comments down below what books you have to read for the month, what books you are planning on reading. Do you have any exciting things you're participating in? For me, I decided to just read what I wanted to this month, more or less. I just feel like just reading whatever I feel like, and not really focus much on any set plans in that way. I mean, I've always obviously been planning down some things, but these are really books that I all just want to read and I'm in the mood for at the moment. So hopefully they will work out for me. And yeah, this was everything I have for you today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Goodbye.